All right, hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. So we are back with Mixed Media March 25, Day 10. Again, if you guys are not familiar with that, I will have the links down to that below, as well as the other two ladies that I am sharing this challenge with. So I have my Day 3 and Day 7, and today is Day 10. Move that out of the way. And I decided to go with this background. So I've been kind of going through the different sizes that I'd created, and today was one of the larger ones. Let me show you the other two really quickly. So there's this one, and then this one, and I really like both of them, but I don't know, I was kind of feeling this pale green today. It does also have some pink in here. Don't know how well you guys can see that. But we might be bringing a little bit of that in as well. I'm trying to think. So we did, this first one was really just a bunch of collaging tissue paper and the skeleton leaves. And then the one for Day 7 was a little bit more pre-made ephemera. And so I was thinking today I might want to maybe draw the center focal point. We'll see. I do want to add just the teeniest bit of interest to this background. Not that it's not already a beautiful background. I do quite like it. But I have some of these stamps that I did with acrylic ink. Not acrylic ink, acrylic paint, sorry. And I thought it might be nice to add a few of these to the background. Just trying to make that a little easier to tear out. And I think I want to use a book page. I haven't used a book page yet, and I am a big fan of book pages. So I was thinking about just adding a few of them in. Not too many. I don't want to overtake the background. I do quite like the background. This was done on my gel plate with skeleton leaves and a stencil. The stencil just came from a pack off Amazon, and I got it a very long time ago, so I am not sure if I'll be able to leave the link down below. But if I can, then I will do so. So I want to do one, I think, there, and maybe one here. Because again, I want to do the book page. Should I do the book page first and have this overlapping, or do I want it to come out from behind the book page? Maybe I should do the book page first. And that way I will know the answer to that question a little bit better. So I'm just going to use, this is one of my antique Italian pages. It is from an Italian law book. Actually on French law, so it's kind of funny because it's Italian, but it's about French law, so that's amusing to me. These are available on my Etsy. I think I only have like 2, maybe 3 left, and then they'll be gone. So if you are interested in that, you can find that there. This is covering up a little too much of the background, but I do want this part here. So I'm just gonna tear that down, give it a little bit of an organic edge. And I'll line it up on the back here so that, you know, it's only showing where the text actually is. But so something more like that. Yeah, I like that. I can appreciate that. So let's give that a glue down. Okay, there is that. I'm wondering if I should put some matte medium over that. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. So what if you do something like that? I can leave this down here blank. I think I'm going to do the centerpiece kind of, or the focal point kind of here-ish. I'm making all kinds of messes on myself. Do I want a third one? Let's see. So I have been having lots of fun looking at everybody's creations. I get them, most of them I watch, or I see on the PM Artist Studio Facebook group, which is Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. And then, of course, I've been watching Ceri's videos. I'm watching Dawn and Margie's videos. I am watching Darcy of Darcy's Mixed Media, her videos. I like that. Okay, yes. 3 is a good idea. I like it. Okay. So I will again go in with my matte medium and just attach these really quickly. Okay, so I got those attached, and you might have noticed this one down here on the bottom. I put the medium on the back side of it instead of putting it on the paper, and that's because this paper is really porous. This, where I've done the gel plate, is not. So those ones can go down basically right on top, but because this was going onto a really porous surface, that matte medium would have just sunk right in there and not let me get the kind of translucent look that I was going for. So I just did it on the back and then attached that. That's going to take a second to dry. Let us quickly decide what else we want to do with this. And I was thinking to maybe I have some of this corrugated cardboard here. And look at me for remembering what the heck it's called this time. I just want to rough it up a little bit, but I was thinking of using that as kind of a layering dealie. I don't want to take off all of it, but I do want to get off some. And maybe just a little up here. Because I don't exactly like that perfectly straight edge. And just give it a small tear. There we go. So this will add a lot of texture to the layers. Something like that. I feel like maybe I need something else underneath it. Let's see what we have. Okay, so there's some pink in the background, and I have these two. I don't have tons of pink stuff, but that color actually matches just about perfectly. So maybe that. I do kind of like the ruched edge there. Let's see. This might be a little too big, but just to get an idea. This is a more peachy pink. A little more warm toned instead of cool toned. I do like the texture. Let's cut off a little piece of this and see what it looks like. Wait, would I want to go? I'd probably want to go this way. Let's see, how big are you? So around here. Okay, I like that. I do feel like maybe something's missing here, but maybe the eye just needs a place to rest. I do struggle with that. That is one of my struggles. Not knowing when to leave something well enough alone. Or we could use that to do a little saying or something. But I like this, so I'm going to attach our board here to the fabric right about there. Okay. Oh my gosh, my fingers are so glowy. And then I want this about right here. I'm going to use my 3-in-1 for that, I think. I'm going to try not to get it on the fabric part. I just want it behind the cardboard just to give it a good hold in place. A little farther in, right about, I'm actually going to lower it a little bit and leave that leaf completely open. And I feel like I need a little bit of color on here. I'm just going to use some white acrylic paint. I am making messes all over the place, sorry. Sorry. Oh, and my printer is apparently deciding it wants to be noisy today. I'm just going to grab a very little bit of white paint. I do not want a lot of this. I just want to be able to pick up that texture somewhat. And this brush might be too wet for what I'm hoping will happen, but we will see. I had it sitting in the water, so nope, that works. Okay. Yeah, just bring out a little bit of that texture. So it's a teeny bit more noticeable. Do I want any more than that? Maybe like a brighter highlight where it's thicker. And there will be white, well, an off-white on my centerpiece, but we may end up doing some white splatters on this background just to make sure everything is working out okay. I'm going to quickly trim off the excess here. Okay. Now comes the difficult part. Trying to decide what I want to do for the focal point. Okay, so here's what I was thinking, and hopefully this doesn't completely bleach out for you guys. I was thinking about doing watercolor, because I love watercolor. Good Lord, I'm just making messes everywhere. But I don't want to use a really expensive paper, so I have this really old, really cheap watercolor paper that I got off Amazon that has this, let me see if I can show this to you guys. So I don't know if you can see that texture. It's terrible. But it is 100% cotton, so it works well for like watercolor techniques and stuff. I just am not a big fan of the texture for actual like watercolor artworks. And it's really thin comparatively, but I was thinking to do a couple of flowers and stuff and maybe build up like a little bouquet or something over here. So hopefully this will stay in focus for you guys. I do apologize if it goes out of focus. My camera does not like white. Let's see what happens if I get a little bit of color down on this paper. Okay, so these are dry. I'm just going to use my Tombow here. It's just the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. You can find them all over the place. But I'm just going to go in and define these a little bit. I'm not going to be too precious about it, so some of it might go up into the white. Some of the color might, you know, go outside of my scribbling, but I'm just going to give a little bit of a loose outline to all of these, just so that they will be a little more defined, and then go ahead and give them a fussy cut out. Okay, so I've got these. I have no idea if I'm going to use all of them or not. Let's start maybe with one of the leafy bits. Something like that. Maybe one here. I don't want to cover up that whole thing. Maybe I can shift it over a little bit. Anyway, don't mind me thinking out loud to myself. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not going to need all of these, so I'll take the 3 smallest ones. Can save these for another project. And let's try that again, but moving more towards the actual center, I guess. Or I could start it farther down. If I start it like right here. Do a flower here. A little leaf up here. Flower here. And then I can do another single petal in the 3rd flower. I'm actually wondering, come here please. Maybe I should do this one here. I know I'm losing one of those, but it's okay. It's going to give it a like 3-2-1 effect. If I did that, and then put the other one here. I like that. Yes, I quite like that. Looks like I'm going to have to do something here. And something here. So let's try and figure out what that will be. I could use, what did I just do with those flowers? Sorry. I could just use a partial flower. Do one up there and one down here. That balances out a little bit better. I can do the number and my signature down here and maybe a quote up here. Let's get to gluing some stuff down because I don't want to move any of this too much because I quite like the way it is looking. Okay, I am really liking this. I'm going to just kind of scribble in the center of these flowers just a little bit. I'm going to go over them with white in a minute, but I want the center to be darker so the white shows up a little bit better. This one we gotta do. And just a little bit up here in case. I don't think that one will need it too much. And maybe a little bit of kind of shading in some of these. I don't want to go crazy with it. Just want to pull a little more contrast in here. Probably should have done that before I glued them down, but it's okay. Yeah, I like that. I just needed a little bit more contrast in there. Just a little bit. I'll darken this up a little more too. A little bit underneath the flowers. Okay. Okay, and then for the white in the center of these, I'm going to use my Posca. This is my small one. It's the 0.7 millimeter. And I'm just going to give a couple of little dots in the center of these flowers. Like so. Just like so. Okay, let's trim off these extra petals here. Okay, and that is what we are looking at so far. So, I am actually going to sign this one, whoops, in the white. I'm going to do a little bit of outline just in the corner to tie that in a little bit. And yeah, I suppose basically I'm trying to make that fade into the background. I don't want my signature to be terribly noticeable. I want it there, but I do not want it to be terribly noticeable. So just kind of disguising it by doing a little bit of marking around the edges like that. Okay, so we need the number 10. Am I even in frame for you guys? I hope I am. We need the number 10, and then I need to decide if I want to do anything else to this. I actually really am enjoying the way it looks as is. Would white splatters fix it? Well, or finish it? That is the question. Obviously, again, I know I still need the number 4, but I want to tie this in just a little bit more. So I'm going to do a little bit of light splattering just with this white. And that's not quite enough that I have left over. Whoops. Ah, get off me. I need just a little bit more. Just so that it actually shows up white. And I think that should be good. And I will just cover let's see, I have this here right now. That'll work. The main flower, because I don't want that to get covered. I don't mind covering these background flowers. That's fine. But I want the focal spot to stay focally. Oh, yeah, okay. See, this is why I splatter all the time. Let me clean this up really quick. Okay, so there is that. Okay, let's find the number 10 I want to use. I do have, nope, no 10 on that. Because I've got stuff like this. I wonder if I could force that under the leaf a little bit. Kind of tie it in a little bit more. Like so. And then I could just write the 10 on there. I think sure, why not? I like it. I like it. This is a sticker. I'm not going to use it as a sticker. I'm going to glue it down because I'm putting it on top of fabric, and stickers don't generally want to attach to fabric. Make sure I'm underneath. Underneath. Okay. So, hold that down for just a second. I'm just going to use my same Tombow for that. Okay, I think that's it. I wonder, I do have that last leaf. The only thing that's kind of bothering me is I feel like I'm missing something a little bit up here, but what if I put that last leaf? I actually kind of like it there. So I'm going to add that. I know, last minute decisions. What are you going to do? But that is going to call it for today. And I miss doing this. I need to paint out my own focal points more frequently. Get in there. There we go. Yes, quite like that. Okay. So let me give you guys just a little bit of a close-up. Got that lovely gel print in the background. I really like that adding the pink brought more of that pink to the forefront, even if it's in the background. Love it. Love my antique Italian page here. Got the number 10, my signature hiding a little bit in the corner, and then our pretty watercolor flowers. Yep. All right, so that is going to be it for today, day 10 of Mixed Medium March 25 complete. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on Friday with the next one. Bye!